Today we are going to be making beef stew from our grass-fed farm-raised beef. We're just going to cut this into the bite-sized chunks that you want. This is about 3/4 by 3/4, about a 1/2 inch. I took about 6 medium potatoes and I quartered those up to about the same size as the chunks of beef are. And with a little bit of editing, bang, it's done. Save you all that agony of me cutting those up. Now carrots, I cheated a little bit. They are a bagged carrot, and I just simply cut these in half. Took a pan, medium-high heat. Use an olive oil here. Rake my beef pieces into that. Get them all in there. Stir that up really good. Now we're not trying to cook it all the way through. We're just trying to brown this. Get all sides browned. They're about done. Look at that. That looks delicious right there. Now we're going to transfer this into our stew pot. It's a stew pot because, well, we're making stew. If we were making soup, it'd be a soup pot. So get all those little morsels into that pan. Now, we're going to have about 2 tablespoons of ground pepper, some onion powder, about the same, some cumin, some garlic, about a tablespoon of each one of those, and put those in with the meat. We're going to put in about 2 tablespoons of salt. We're going to use some beef broth, cornstarch, and I used paste instead of this sauce. I've got all the vegetables and the meat and the spices in there. We're going to add the beef broth just to get some liquid in there to start heating that up a little bit. Now we're going to go back to our pot that we browned the meat in. We're going to put the tomato paste into this pot. Just a small can. Hope you're not disappointed because this is a store-bought can, as you can tell. Now we're going to add some beef broth. I started off with about 1/4 cup. Just started stirring that together to get it all incorporated. Once I did, I added about another 1/4 cup, so 1/2 cup total into this. It doesn't really matter, it's all the same pot. I'm going to stir that together. Get that good and mixed up and get all that goodness out of that pan that was left from the meat drippings. Now we're going to pour that in to the vegetables and the meat and the seasoning that's already in there. Rake all that in there. Don't miss a drop. Now we're going to add beef broth until we cover the vegetables. Make sure everything's pretty much covered. Give that a little stir, mix it all together. I'm going to put a lid on it. It's going to take about 30 minutes, just until those vegetables are good and tender. Now we're going to take our cornstarch about 2 tablespoons, and about 1/4 cup of water, and just mix that together. And then we're going to add that mixture into our stew just to thicken that up a little bit, make it more of a gravy instead of a soupy liquid. So just to give it that stew texture. Just stir that all in there. Look at that. Oh, that looks delicious. A good savory beef stew for any winter day. We'll give it a thumbs up. God bless.